My goal in this video is to demonstrate this Yashica Mat twin lens reflex camera and to show it in a way that makes you feel as if you have it in your own hands and you're looking it over and trying it out and determining the value to you. This one is serial number 790621, and we can see the little badge here, and it's a twin lens reflex camera with 80mm lens f3.5, and it's got a crank for film advance, and there are some areas where the leatherette covering is loose. Here it's kind of peeled back on itself and looks like there's probably some of it missing. And over here, coming loose here and here, and down here, and I see a little bit up here on the top as well. Okay. So as to function of the camera, let's start walking through it. First, let's open up the back, and we do that by rotating this control on the bottom to the open position, and then the back pops open. Use 120 film only. There's a pressure plate here. That seems to be okay. We look in here, there's a take-up spool, and the lens looks pretty good from the back. We'll look at that again a little bit later here. Let's close it, and I think what we'll do is we'll step down through the shutter speeds. Now this one, that's the aperture, here's the shutter speeds, and they start out at 1/500th. Don't know how far that has to be advanced without any film in it, but just to cock the shutter. There was that 1/500th, and there's that 2/50th. And let's see, 1/100th, and 1/50th, and 1/25th. And 1/10th, and 1/5, and 1/2. And 1 full second. It seems like this is sounding really healthy, sounding really good. Here's the 1 full second. Okay, that sounded really smooth too. And there is a bulb setting, which will allow me to open it, and it will stay open as long as I hold the button down. And I think we've got enough light in here that I should be able to operate the aperture, and we can see that opening and closing. A lot of blades. Looks like slightly oblong way they come together at the low end. Some of them don't seem to come in all the way, almost, it seems. there it's round down through about there, and then they pinch off into kind of a different shape. So that's something to be aware of, and the cycle completes when I let go of that. The focus is quite smooth. The whole front of the camera moves out. And see, the viewfinder opens up. This one has the smooth finish on the paint here. And there is a little magnifier right here that allows for close looking at the focus. And if I were to put my hand up above here, it's hard to see. We can see down through there. And if this were focused out close, you can see. So, okay, we can close the viewfinder, and it's the only other thing that I really want to take a look at is looking through the optics of the lens. And in order to do that, I'm going to first open the back of the camera, and then I'm going to set that shutter on the bulb setting where it should already be, aperture wide open, and push the button and open that up. Okay, the aperture's not quite all the way open, so let's fix that. Okay, there we have that wide open. And I'm going to reach through there with a LED flashlight. I see what looks like some dust in there. I don't see fungus. I see some lines of stuff. We're going to just take a little air blaster here. See if any of that's on the surface. Some of it was, some of it was not. Let's look at it from the front of the camera with the light source coming from inside. Looks like most of what I'm seeing lighting up seems to be dust on the rear surface or the front surface, but there's a possible light haze, I suppose, but no heavy fungus and some internal dust. And on the bottom here, there's a few more places where the leatherette is peeling up a little bit. So that's a little bit more of detailed views of this Yashica twin lens reflex.